Hiya, it's Alice here from the Great British Bake Off. Now, I'm normally a geography teacher, but I'm on a mission today, getting all scientific, trying to figure out what it is that makes the perfect chocolate chip cookie. At times like these, when the going gets tough, we need cookies. I'm talking crispy on the outside, gooey in the centre, the perfect ratio of chocolate chips and cookie dough. I'm looking for the one. There is so much science behind baking and so many different variables that affect how your cookies come out, depending on tiny changes that you make. Now I've got a few handy tips that I think make a pretty good cookie. Now the temperature of your ingredients is so important. So that means that you need to let your butter and your eggs come to room temperature before you start baking. Now that's because room temperature ingredients emulsify far more easily than really cold ingredients. That creates a more even structure of your dough, which means you get a better cookie. So I'm not using one, but I'm using two different types of sugars. I'm using white granulated sugar and I'm using a soft brown sugar. And the different sugars give different structures and therefore textures to the cookie. And the brown sugar also helps to give a nicer flavour. So after you've creamed your butter and your sugar together, it's time to add your egg. So crack it into the bowl and give it a good mix. Once it's nice and smooth, add a teaspoon of vanilla extract, give it a good stir, and it will all come together nice and smoothly, just like this. So you've also got to be really careful with the amount of flour that you're putting into your cookies. Now, what flour does to the mixture is it absorbs moisture, which means if you add too much, you get a really dry cookie, and nobody wants that. This is what happens if you add too much flour to your cookie. Now, the shape is getting there, but way too dense. I think I just made a rock. It's definitely a bit more cakey than cookie. Also, apparently a tiny bit of corn flour in your recipe can help keep the cookie nice and chewy. So that's what I've done. Add your bicarbonate of soda and a little bit of salt. And you need to give it a really thorough stir here. Now, don't worry if it takes a long time. You just need to make sure it's all really thoroughly incorporated. Now for the best bit, and it's the chocolate chips. Now, just chuck them all in there. In they go. And give them a really thorough mix so that all the chocolate chips are evenly distributed. So the next stage is so important. You need to chill your cookie dough. Now, if I was just to put this straight into the oven, what would happen is my cookie would spread. So I'd get a really thin cookie, which is not what I'm after really. And this is the reason. You see how flat that is. And I'm sure it tastes great, but it's just not what I'm after. So you're going to roll your dough into small little balls. I found that 65 grams is just about the perfect amount for each cookie. Now, you're going to stack them on one baking tray. You're not going to bake them like this, otherwise they'll just spread into one giant cookie. Sounds great actually, but it helps you to stack them in the fridge. So roll them up and store them for as long as you possibly can. I know it's tempting, but the longer you chill them, the better they'll be. Okay, so now your cookie dough is chilling in the fridge, it's time for us to think about what kind of temperature we're going to bake our cookies at. Now, I've settled for 160 degrees centigrade, which seems to work well for the recipe that I just used. And because I'm so dedicated to getting it to the exact right temperature, I'm using an oven thermometer, because sometimes ovens aren't always the temperature that they tell you they are. I'm also going to be baking my cookies one batch at a time. Now, if you stack your baking trays on top of each other in the oven, what happens is there's an uneven bake between those at the top and those at the bottom, and you don't get perfect cookies, and I want perfect cookies. So how long are we going to bake our cookies for? Now this is very difficult for me to say because all ovens bake differently. Some are fan ovens, some bake slightly unevenly. It really depends on what kind of oven that you have. Now I would just suggest that you keep a really close eye. It also depends on how you like your cookies. So if you like them really soft in the middle, you might want to take them out a little bit earlier, and always remember that they will continue to cook for a couple of minutes after you take them out, so just bear that in mind. Okay, it's the moment of truth. This should be a perfect cookie. Let's have a look inside. So that is so nice and crispy on the outside and so good and gooey in the middle. So if you're looking for a good lockdown bake, give these cookies a go and make sure you follow my tips to make them perfect. I'll just be here eating cookies.